All right, so we are here. We are live. For those of you who were looking for me to be on the other platform, we're not on the other platform right now. Right now, we are on the regular YouTube platform. So this is pretty unique because you guys already know. I already got one eyebrow that's bigger than the other, and it's sort of unique trying to get used to this setup. And isn't that the weirdest thing? Because you would think, since this is the normal setup you're supposed to be on, that you'd be used to it. Anyway, today we're looking at a topic that we had posed earlier today. We literally put up a video that said, pretty much, are women ever satisfied and why they're not satisfied? We're looking at the Coldplay issue, and what happened during that Coldplay concert. And when I look at that situation, it took me aback, way aback. And I'm going to tell you why. Because okay, good, you guys, you can hear me because I can hear me, so that's good. So anyway, here's the deal. We have a thunderstorm going on right now, and I love 1313 Mockingbird Lane weather. And for those of you who are millennials, you don't know 1313 Mockingbird Lane is the address for the Munsters. And that's the address that I say I love that kind of weather. And so that's what's going on outside right now. So if you hear that, you have an anomaly. We have that outside, and then I got a fan in here. Why? Because it's hot. All right. So what we're looking at today is the whole situation. How homegirl literally had a millionaire husband. And she doesn't just have a millionaire husband. And I'm talking about the lady that's dealing with the whole debacle there with the Coldplay issue. Homegirl had a husband once upon a time, back in 2018. They started the filing for the divorce, and then shortly after that, they were divorced in 2022. Okay, so you think no problem. Well, she actually started working under the umbrella of the gentleman that she's currently married to. Now, it doesn't mean that there was something crazy that happened. It doesn't mean that, they were messing around at that time. It doesn't mean any of that at all. What it means is there was some familiarity prior to her getting that divorce. Now, here's the skinny. The gentleman that she was caught hugging and kissing was not the man that she was married to, obviously, but it was a man that she hired or helped hire because she was a human resources manager. She assisted the company in sourcing and hiring this individual because that's what HR, that's what we do, right? That's what the job is. So she did assist him in getting the job. Here's the deal. Did you guys know that her family, her husband's family, is one of the richest families in the United States? The Cabot family. His last name, Cabot. Her last name, Cabot. They are one of the richest families in the United States. And here's why I posed the question. And here's why I phrased this live this way. Why are women never satisfied? She had one husband and she left that gentleman. She's the one who filed for the divorce, which statistics generally show that's what happens, right? That the chicks do it. We're the ones that do file for the divorce. And then after that, she, sort of nonchalantly got herself in a position where she was then able to master all of the skills that she needed to be a human resources director for the company that she just got let go from. She had been with several different companies, right? All right. So here's what's the deal. That family is a huge family. Let me see. Can we look this up? I'm going to tell you who they are. I'm going to tell you exactly who the Cabot family is and let you know about their money and how much money they got and all that good stuff. She's never satisfied. Women go from one thing to the next. That's what we do. Some women. But frankly, honey, I just would have been happy if you just gave me a beer and some bologna sandwiches. As long as you treat me right and you respectful and we got enough money to live on, I'm good. But girlfriend kept going up the proverbial ladder until she hit the ceiling. Why would you want to go from having a man who is a Cabot, okay, and then turn around and go back to somebody you had to hire? He had need of a job. Homeboy needed a job. Maybe women like to be needed. I don't know. You guys better talk to me in this chat. Tell me what you think. You know doggone good and well, you know a lady or two that's like that. Are you that chick? Is that why you silent, baby? Mm-hmm. So let's take a look. We're going to go ahead and look at the family's money. We're going to take a gander at exactly how much they had and how much they have and who the Cabot family is. This man had a company that makes liquor. Hey, Hey, I'm not sure if you like this setup or not, Sandy. Should we go back to the other setup? Um, I don't know. This is sort of weird. I'm not used to this much screen. But is it this kind of screen or is it a wide screen? Let me take a look. This is unique. And the scary part about it is that, yeah, this is YouTube and I should be used to YouTube, but I'm not. I'm used to StreamYard. Yeah, I'm used to StreamYard. And so, yeah, so as I look at this girl, she was really, really spoiled. Really spoiled. Let me turn this down. I don't know. And then all hugged up. And like I told you, Sandy, last night while we were talking offline, I could not believe this girl did not have her hair did. You got all of that money and you up here laid up on somebody else's husband with all of that gray. And you know, when you get in the 60s or whatnot, when you get in your certain age, they even told us in a cosmetology school, don't you sit here and make nobody's hair dark. Do not do that. They need to be lighter than they are so that once them ants start coming up at the top of the head, they don't have to go and get it hit real quick. Hey, Drea. I don't know. Do you guys like this setup? Yes, it is always the crazy ones. It is the crazy ones. And that's the stuff right there that I cannot believe. I don't understand it myself, Drea. I really don't. I don't understand how you could have a husband that has that kind of money and then you're satisfied with the relationship. Obviously, you got married. The man just bought him a $2.2 million house. Let that sink in. Some people say, well, it's not all about money. It's not all about money. Baby, when you get older, that's all it's about. It ain't about nothing else. It's about money because you can't do too much more. I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, you might be able to do a little hunch here or there. This ain't for kids, by the way. You might be able to do a little hunch here or there, but no, it's about the money. And if you ain't got no money, I'm sorry. It doesn't make any sense, which is why I say, why would she mess around on her husband? First of all, let's take the money off the table. Why would you mess around with him on him if everything is equal? If everything is equal and it's all good in the hood, why are you cheating on this man? And wouldn't it be better if you would just leave if things were not where you could live with it? If it was a situation where you could not live with it and you just could not deal with it, when you just leave? Well, obviously you know how. Because in 2018, she filed for a divorce against her original husband. And then after that, she started working with this company. All right. So now what I tried to tell you guys earlier today, which I could not tell you earlier today because I uploaded something for you guys. And for whatever the reason, it didn't take. It didn't take. Wonder why. It didn't take. It went up and it was a cute little video too. By the way, you can go see it right now on Rumble. You can go over on Rumble when we're done and go check it out over there. And you'll be able to see, you also be able to go see it on BitChute because I had to go upload it over there because I got a little frustrated. I said, this thing took me all these hours. And after taking me all those hours, then it was up for 4 minutes, not one view. 5 minutes, not one view. 7 minutes, not one view. Then I called my friend, my best friend. I said, hey, girl, do you see a notification for the channel? She goes, nope, but I'm getting notifications for people that I unsubscribed from. I'm like, that makes sense. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. All right, so let's take a look here. All right, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and just take a couple of stabs at this, stabs at it. We're going to take a couple of looks at it to see exactly, you know, who he is, who she is. And then there are some other things that, well, listen, this story is not just about cheating. This story is symbolism. There's a lot of symbols in this story. You have one of the richest families in the world, and out of nowhere, they get called out. The guy that's hugging on the wife that's with the man who's the employee, okay? Her husband is one of the richest men in the United States from that lineage, from that family. Mitt Romney is one of the company that he owns. He's one of the he's given money to the organization that they are in. Yeah, he has. So this is an old seed family. Old money, baby. Old money. All right. Here's what I wanted to know. First thing I wanted to know was, who was she? Did she come from money? Did she come from that type of money up there in that part of the world? Well, no, she didn't. It says here that she did not come from a Brahmin family or elite money background like he did, because that's where he came from. It says that it's likely that she climbed her current social standing via career and marriage, which it is. To me, no, she may not be trailer park, but she has no couth. No couth at all. She married Andrew Cabot, and that helped her a lot. Why? Because, well, he's like ancient money, and the family has ancient. They're the people who don't necessarily run for office, but they're going to back whoever's going to get in office. Okay. So that's how important that family is. That's how important they are, period, point blank. All right. That's who they are. I don't know. You guys let me know in the chat here if you knew that. Let me know if you knew who he was. I'm sure there's a lot of people now digging into it. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people digging into it. All right. So in that video that you're going to see when you go over to Rumble, and once you see it, you'll see exactly what I mean. You're going to see the entire breakdown from the Cabot family. They are a Brahmin family with deep, deep roots in the region that they came from. And the Cabot Corporation is a corporation that they own, but they are also into carbon black. Think tires, think that kind of stuff. Yeah, think all of that. Think all of that stuff. So yeah. All right, so let's see. The Cabot Corporation was founded by Godfrey Lowell Cabot, and he is, of course, a member of the Cabot family. He is one of the, and this is one of the largest producers of carbon black. They were founded in 1882, and the company is a global chemical manufacturing giant. Did you know that? And it's been involved in both innovation and controversy, depending on which era or country you're looking at. They're a petrochemical byproduct company. That's what they do. That's what they have in production. They make plastics, tires, rubbers, rubber products, ink and pigments, and conductive electronics. That's the family that she decided she was going to go tip on, which is why I'm saying there's more to this. Both Sandy and I were talking last night, and we both agree there is more to this. Yeah, nobody likes this kind of information. If I was sitting up here talking about something stupid, you know what I mean? Or something that, was just like crazy, people would love this. But I see the numbers going down. So that means either somebody is just not really into it, or maybe they want me to go back over to StreamYard so that they can see all the little bitty boxes and the great music. But the deal is that this situation is not one that just so happened. It is a situation that means something. What it means, I don't know yet. But I do know that you don't tamper with families or even bring those kind of families to the public forum if it's not for a reason. There is a reason why they have put these people in position. Why do I say that? Because why would Coldplay even mention somebody up on the Jumbotron looking like they're cheating? Think about that and let that sink in. Why? Why would they do that? Why would they even say that? You thinking about that yet? Why would he even say that? Why would he even care? Yeah, think about that. Why would he even care? If you have ever been on stage and you are singing or you are talking or whatever, you don't care if somebody is cheating. Moreover, you're definitely not going to mention that. That's not going to be something that you mention. You're not going to say, oh, look at what's going on up there. It looks like they're cheating. Why would you say that? Now, the guy who is taking their place, the guy who is taking the guy's place. Yeah. He's a physicist. He went to school and yeah, he's a physicist. And what's the other thing he went to school for? Sandy, well, he's a physicist and something else. Oh, maybe I should take this off. It shows that there is somebody waiting over there. So let me go ahead and delete that. So that way nobody thinks that we're over there. Or maybe I should just go on over there where I'm more comfortable. Yeah. Hey, that's what we're going to do. I'm a little more comfortable over on there on StreamYard. So I'm going to go inside of that chat. What you guys can do is go to the main channel if you're still interested. And that way I can actually show you the video that I'm talking about versus telling you about it. I can show you the video that I put together that I was not able to get any traction from over here. And I'm going to say it. But let's meet on over there. You guys just go to Headlines of the Voice, Lockhart Perspective, and click the link. And you'll be able to come on in. And I'll be over there with you in a moment if you guys want to hang out over there. If you don't, that's where I'm going to be. All right, so we're going to close this up here, and that's where we're going to be. All right, let me make sure that I know how to do it, because if you guys remember, I don't know how to get out of here. That you may remember when I've been over here before, is I don't know how to leave. Okay, let's try. Let's pull the, end stream. Okay, I know.